Shaman Mama from JaniceMasters.com, doing this Facebook Live today on the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere, and of course the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. I'm in the northern hemisphere. Where are you? Today we're going to be discussing how we're invited to deeper healing as we walk along the path to manifesting our miracle. I certainly have found this true for myself. Just had an experience of it the other day. You know, looking for a lightness in deciding what foods to eat, what exercises to do, looking for a lighter, fitter, healthier body. And it took me right into the place where my soul is hurting. Hey, Sabrina, I see you. Hi, Rosalind. So glad you're here. And I see that with the posts when I ask, so how's your miracle coming along? And some of you will talk about, well, you know, I'm kind of inching toward it, but here's what I'm called to do now. And it's usually about more self-care. It's about softening our demands. And so it's a really fascinating process of taking ourselves deeper and deeper into the healed places that are waiting for us. Hi, Dee. Watching all the way from Buffalo, right? So happy to see you here from my hometown. So we're looking at, you know, so we decide on this miracle that we want, right? And we declare it in the group. And then we start using the tools and we're listening to the classes. And then as I ask, as I do often, so how's your miracle coming along? What I often see is, well, you know, it's kind of a long and winding road. It's taking me to a different place than I thought it would, which is so interesting because what Abraham tells us, if those of you who are familiar with the Abraham Hicks metaphysical material, when we set an intention, which is what we're doing when we declare a miracle that we want, when we set an intention for what we want, absolutely everything that stands in the way of that is going to come up for our awareness and for our healing. So that's certainly what I find. So it seems simple enough. Set, you know, an intention for a miracle, for a lighter, fitter, healthier body. And what starts coming up? Well, how about you heal this relationship? How about you release that resentment? How about... So, look, it's not my first rodeo, so I'm not really surprised. In fact, I'm really pleased. Yes, Sabrina, I hope that Palma, aka Bruce Wayne, does find us because I know she was planning to. So again, it's not my first rodeo. You know, I've been working with the law of attraction for decades now. And if you've listened to the classes, you know, hey, Ellen, I'm so glad you're here, sweetie pie. So if you've listened to the classes and if you listen to me talk, you know that, you know, I have attracted and manifested some world-class miracles in my book. So when I declare for my lighter, fitter, healthier body, okay, well, jump back on if you can. Hi, Candace, glad you're here. So when I declare that, you know, what I want is a lighter, fitter, healthier body, and I want miracles to help me with that. Hey, Bruce, aka Palma, I'm so glad you found us. Good that you're here. Then what I find is that path, when I'm really committed to it and when I'm really willing to surrender to what Spirit wants of me, what the universe asks of me to prepare me to receive this miracle, because, you know, there are 16 parts to this system that I'm teaching you, right? And much of it is about preparation. Much of it is about getting ego out of the way. Much of it is about learning and being willing to surrender to deeper and deeper levels where we are willing to let go of control. We don't want ego to feel like, oh, I got to drive the bus because if I don't drive the bus, I'll never get to my miracle. That's kind of a surefire way not to get to your miracle, if you know what I mean. I welcome any of your questions about this process or about anything having to do with attracting miracles with the law of attraction or the law of attraction itself. I'm fascinated right now with the whole process of declaring a miracle, setting an intention, working with the tools, and seeing where that takes us. And Yes, Palmy, you're saying it's important to be positive because the universe says yes all the time. That's what you've taught me. Yes, indeed. The universe is always conspiring for our highest and best good. And the other thing is that our subconscious mind, it has to do with saying yes, just as Bruce Wayne, aka Palma, has noted, is that our subconscious minds do not register a negative. So if I say, no more weight gain for me, guess what my subconscious mind hears? It doesn't hear the no, it hears more weight gain. Yay! So and that's why one of the hats that I wear is that of spiritual linguistic coach, because we really do have to pay close attention to how we language things. We want to be expressing to the subconscious mind, which is part of what's involved in the universe as the universe responds to us. Sabrina says, how about adjusting your miracle along the way? Does that mean that the ego is getting more out of the way? It absolutely does, because we're moving from a demand for that initial miracle that we declare, and adjusting along the way means we're surrendering to an organic process. It's like, I don't think I'm going to get in my car and drive from Miami to San Francisco and bam, I'm in San Francisco. That's not the way it happens. I have to stop and get gas. I have to stop and eat food. I have to look at a map. I might have to take a detour. So it's exactly the same kind of process, Sabrina. Do you agree? Because I know from everything that you've posted, and you post a lot, and I hope people read Sabrina's post, because she goes very deeply into the process of what it's like for her to declare a miracle. And hi, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, I hope you read Sabrina's comments on posts, because there's a lot of meat in what this woman shares with us. And it really is about adjusting along the way, surrendering to the organic process that is ultimately going to bring us to our miracle. But sometimes it takes a minute. And sometimes the miracle, funny enough, is not what we initially think it is or should be. It's really about a deeper healing within us. And that's what I wanted the topic of our Facebook Live to be today, because I'm finding that in myself. Ellen has a question. I focused on a mini miracle yesterday. It didn't happen. I was open to receiving dark chocolate. Yay. I specified without me paying, and I picked a time by 1 p.m., and I let it go with both of those. Let's see. I don't see the rest of. It says see more, but I can't access that, Ellen. So just write it in another comment. Yeah, I mean, so it didn't happen, and it didn't happen by the time you specified. And so, what did you make of that? Did you have a judgment about that? Bruce Palma says, getting rid of all that blocks hold you back. I love what Sabrina says. Yeah, but it didn't match the awesomeness I was feeling. Oh, well, how cool is that? So you're telling me you didn't get dark chocolate, but you got to feel awesome? Wow. Was that a good outcome? Yes. So the judgment was I didn't get dark chocolate. And did you factor in, and I feel awesome? Because that's really important, because what does Abraham tell us? What does the law of attraction tell us? Reach for the feeling state. Okay. All right. So I'll understand that, the responses are due to a delay. So Abraham tells us, and all the spiritual teachers tell us, what was I going to say? Reach for the feeling thought. You don't want anything except for how you think it will make you feel. So Ellen, let's stick with this. How did you think the dark chocolate would make you feel? Because that's the reason you asked for it. So I'll see what your response is, but I want the rest of you to pay attention. That's right. The spirit state, says Bruce. That's right. I mean, so the rest of you, think about it. When you asked for your miracle initially, what was the feeling state that you thought you would be able to access when your miracle manifested? Because we don't have to wait for the miracle to manifest, nurtured, joyful, happy, scrumptious. And does that equate to awesomeness that you alluded to in your earlier comment? Were you able to feel nurtured, joyful, happy, scrumptious without the dark chocolate at 1 p.m. in the afternoon? I wonder. When I was setting the intention to have another child to love with my husband, I did focus on the deliciousness of a baby and the deliciousness. Yeah, and Ellen says, yeah, and that's what she focused on. She focused on the feeling state, because there's nothing that will bring the miracle to us faster than accessing the feeling state. Candace says, I thought I'd have a sense of relief, but as it turned out, this was way beyond my wildest dreams. Yay! What is it that you're referring to, Candace, that was way beyond your wildest dreams? I'd love to hear your answer to that. Ellen says, but it didn't show up. So what, the chocolate didn't show up or the feeling state didn't show up, Ellen? Take a sip of water. Sometimes it's hard to allow ourselves to let's pretend as if we're children. We remember what that was like as children. We didn't have any problem stepping into the world of make-believe, stepping into the world of let's pretend. So I'm going to make believe that I already have a lighter, fitter, healthier body. What's the feeling state that puts me in? Wow. I feel a confidence. I feel a pride. I feel an energy. I feel okay. I think this happened to you last time, Ellen, too, so I hope you will listen later. I'm going to miss you being here commenting, but thanks for coming. So yeah, all kinds of feelings that go with, if I step into the land of make-believe where I already have that lighter, fitter, healthier body, I know exactly what I'd be feeling. Candace, I needed some financial help and I got it, but the way it was delivered was through a whole new business direction that I am totally in love with. Holy cow. I mean, does it get any better than that, Candace? You needed some money and you were inspired somehow. A new business direction presented itself. How fabulous is that? So I get that that's what you mean, beyond your wildest dreams. Oh man, you are so aligned with what you were asking for. The need, maybe you can share with us a little bit, because it's a fine balancing act between I need and I want, and I'm in the feeling place of I already have it. Candace says, it was a perfect fit. The business direction was a perfect fit. Couldn't have picked anything better myself. I get it. It's like me when I said, I want another child. Close that. And let me tell you, in my wildest dreams, even though I spent a lot of time talking to that baby soul out there and loving that baby soul and anticipating what it was going to be like to feel that baby in my arms, the universe sent me a child who is a child of my heart and soul. Could not love him more. And he did not come through my and my husband's bodies. He came through adoption. And the fit, the vibrational fit, the karmic fit that we've spent many lifetimes together could not have been more perfect, could not be more perfect. And I could never have predicted that, because I was aiming to conceive a child naturally. And you've all heard the story, if you listen to the classes, of why I changed battles in midstream and decided to focus on adoption. So Bruce says, I too been asking for money and my business phone started ringing. Look at that. Look at that. So what that tells me, Palma, is that you were aligned with the feeling of receiving the money. I love it. I love it. So the deeper, and so let me ask both of you, Candace and Palma, do you know what got healed on a deeper level for you to be clear enough and the path to be clear enough for these amazing things to show up for you? because a lot of the work that we're doing is about clearing the path. Candace says to Palma, how amazing. Yeah, truly amazing. Just as amazing as your miracle, Candace, of the business direction that showed up that you're totally in love with. So, hey guys, if you would, down at the bottom of your phone on the left-hand side, there's a little person with a plus sign. If you hit that, you will be able to share this Facebook Live if you care to, which would be lovely. I would love that. So yeah, the purpose of the call today is because I really do want to look at the fact that we're not on this invite miracles with the law of attraction journey just to get stuff. I mean, you know that, right? We're on this journey for the healing nature of it. And Palma says, yes, I forgive all that was done to me. I forgive my husband. Candace says, yes, I gave myself the love I deserve. Yes, and I could say the same thing. It all boils down to increasing and deepening and broadening the self-love. Absolutely. You know, forgiving, letting go of resentment, allowing relationships to... Hey, Forrest, I'm so glad you're here. We're talking about how asking for our miracles sets us on a path, on a journey of accessing the deeper healing that all of this work really is about. As I said, you know, the art of inviting miracles is really not about getting the stuff that we want, although that's really cool because we do live in the physical world. But it is so much more about the healing journey that our souls are called to. Yeah, right on, she says, right on. Yeah, I'm using myself as an example. Bruce says, yeah, I forgave all that was done to me. And honey, you've got a history. So if you can say, I forgave all that was done to me, plus, you described to us the miracles that have taken place in your life since you were a child. You are so aligned. Your spirit is vibrating so high that is something to just celebrate the heck out of. And Candace said the same thing. She gave herself the love she deserves. That's a path that all of us keep walking on, because there's probably not a point in time where we give ourselves all the love that we deserve. Sabrina says, you didn't mention that it was a path of deep healing. You waited for us to stumble on it. Yeah, well, Sabrina, I learned in my psychotherapy training many, many moons ago, one of my very finest teachers taught me it's worth a nickel if I say it, and it's worth a quarter if you say it. So, yeah, I'm not of the school of thought that I hit people over the head with what stuff is really about. And yeah, so you definitely stumbled on it, didn't you? Yeah, because you are so organically following the process. It's just so cool. Candace says, I know for me it's opened a whole new world of opportunities to not only help myself but to help others too. That's incredible. I mean, that's a very, very high level shift, isn't it, Candace? I don't know what you did before, and I don't know what the new business direction is, but I trust you when you say that it's opened a whole new world of opportunities, and that's incredible. I had a healing the other day. Hi, Ronha. Ronjavillo. Bienvenido. I had a healing happen the other day, and as a matter of fact, Forrest Samnick, who's here with us, assisted me in that. And I can tell you for sure that healing, which I kind of laughingly call those kinds of experiences coughing up a hairball. If you can think of Antonio Banderas as kissing Boots in Shrek, that, coughing up an emotional, spiritual hairball has opened up a whole new world of possibilities and opportunities for me too. Candace says, I'll be filling everyone in about it. I can't wait to tell you all about it. Well, we can't wait to hear about it. And when you are ready, and it is ready for publication, because timing is a very important part of these sensitive processes. So, I want to go back to what Sabrina said, because it was just so cute. She said, yeah, but you didn't tell us that the art of inviting miracles with the law of attraction was going to take us to the deeper and deeper healing processes. No, I didn't, because honestly, and this is about marketing. I mean, I'm a very transparent person. Those of you who know me understand that. I, pretty direct. I tell it like it is. But if I had said, come and play with the law of attraction to heal your soul. Do you think you would have been as interested as you were in the art of inviting miracles with the law of attraction? I could be wrong, but I kind of don't think so. Hi, Marla Franco. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I can't wait too. Bruce says, I can't wait, Candace, to hear about it. It's going to be very exciting. And Bruce, Palma, we can't wait to hear about the business calls that you've been getting too. That's very exciting also. Hi, Marla. Welcome. Yeah. So, let me ask another question. Have you been surprised at where the path to your miracle has taken you on the way to deeper healing? Has it taken you by surprise? Has it made you kind of question if your miracle is really going to happen, or what the heck is going on when it feels like you've wandered off the path to your miracle and that you're now invested in some kind of deeper healing? Both Palma and Candace say yes. Sabrina says, super surprised me. Yeah, I have to say the same. I mean, I've been doing this work for lots and lots and lots of years. And still, and I said it to a friend the other day, I'm asking for a lighter, fitter, healthier body. But, friends, continuing to focus on the food, not this food, not that food. Yes, this food, yes, that food. Not this, not that. Yes, this exercise, but not that one. That was not getting to the heart of the matter, if you know what I mean. So, when I faced a craving the other day, and I sought some guidance by opening a book that has a lot of great information for me, and what I saw was your cravings are due to the fact that your soul was damaged by something that hurt you deeply in the past. Man, oh man, Niagara Falls opened up, and it led me exactly to what needed to be healed, and that's when I called on Forrest to help me with it. Marla says, thank you. Sorry I'm late, but I'm working. I take my lunch and see you and I hear you. Excellent. Listen, I have no problem with you being late. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you can hang out during your lunch hour. Sabrina says, even with the old familiar stuff, it healed at a level I never thought was possible. I never could have thought that this was possible. Yeah, I get it. Candace says, I didn't expect my miracle to be so perfect and personalized to my personality. That gives me goosebumps, because that's exactly what we're talking about. The miracle that you shot out to the universe set you on a path that could only be directed organically by your soul, Candace. Forrest said, it's made me realize that desire is not important as finding who I am. Absolutely. I agree. That's the brass ring that we grabbed on the ground. I had forgotten what that felt like. I welcome it back. Forgiveness is the only key, the solo key. Yeah. Candace says you hit the nail on the head for sure. So the fact of the matter is, good people, we are on a healing path together. And let's be sure that we also include the fact that we are immensely, inordinately, incredibly capable of manifesting miracles. I have manifested miracles in my life that have blown my mind. I know you have too. We're talking about them today, and some of you have shared with me other miracles that are really mind-blowing. So let's not forget that these two things are like hand in glove. The deeper healing of my soul and my ability to be a miracle manifester. It gets me so excited I can't even say that that's really what we're putting together here. That the more stuff we clear out of the way, which is another way to say heal, because what's not healed is just debris on the path. And Bruce says, and to be grateful for the miracles we do receive. Absolutely. Marla Franco says, question what happened with the dreams is the attraction too. Well, nothing happened to the dream. The dream stays put. We know what we want. And there may be things in the way of us getting what we want. And so we're on this organic path, which if we listen to our guidance, we will be led to the next thing to heal, which again means to get something out of the way. It's an obstacle on the path. Okay? So go back to what I was sharing. The food was not the obstacle on the path. The food is not grabbing me by the throat and saying, eat me, eat me. You know, that's not how it works. What was grabbing me by the throat was the pain that my soul was in that I had not recognized. And I've done a lot of healing. I've done a lot of healing. Okay, so that makes sense to you, Marla? I've done a lot of healing, and, the name of my business is Spiral Path Coaching, because we're on this spiral path, and we go through seemingly the same issues over and over and over again, and we say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm dealing with my daddy issues again, or something like that. Well, the fact is you never deal with the same issue in the same way twice. So when it comes around again, you are at a higher level of consciousness and a deeper level of healing. So it's not the same issue, and you're not the same person. And that's why the image of the spiral path is so important to me, because that is how we travel through consciousness into higher and higher levels of consciousness. And sometimes we get down on ourselves for example, I'm not manifesting my miracle. I got this crap to deal with that's coming up now. Well, this crap is like a great big boulder on the path in the way as you're traveling towards your miracle. And you know what? And I'm going to say this advisedly, but if you never get to your miracle and all you do is get that boulder out of the way, mission accomplished. Forrest says, deep, deep spiritual journey of finding our way home, letting go of who we are not. Oh, wow. Sister, that's a beautiful expression of it, because in our people-pleasing ways, we have been trying to be who we are not in order to please others, in order to keep our tender, vulnerable selves safe. And the more that we progress on this path, we are encouraged to let go of all that is not me, all that is not you, because who we are fundamentally and essentially is so radiant and so gorgeous and so beautiful and so perfect that we are really, really safe in letting it all go. We just have a couple of minutes left. We're going to end at 1:30. So if there's another question, yeah, for me too, Forrest. Yep. So if there's another question or two, I would love to entertain them. This is really great. So I will be doing these once a month at least, if not more often. Did one last month, which you can access in, I think it's in events. There's the recording of the last Facebook Live. So any questions, any comments before we close? Candace, save the best for last, didn't you? What is ego? Okay, well, let me start with one of the things. No. That is absolutely not dumb. That is a huge and incredibly important question. So let me start with one of the things that I talk about in the class, where I talk about ego. And I have this kind of motto, which is enlist, don't resist ego. Ego is that part of us that helps us to navigate life in the physical world on Earth. We need ego, and ego's primary job is to preserve and protect us. And the fact is that very often ego can go way overboard in that mission to preserve and protect us. And that's where we begin to feel that controlling nature of ego. Now, don't do that. You have to do this. Do it this way. Don't do it that way. And so the more we understand that ego has a job to do in the concrete world, and that is to keep us safe, then as we begin to trust ourselves more and more, we can say to ego, you know what? Let's relax a little bit together. I don't need that much safety. And I want you to come on this adventure with me. And you are really good at certain things. And so I'm going to give you really important jobs to do that will be very, very helpful to me. But telling me what to do in the realm of my spirituality or the journey of my soul, those are just really not helpful to me. And so we begin to have a quantum conversation with our ego and understand where she's coming from and where she wants to take this whole preserve and protect safety issue. Does that help, Candace? I hope so. Yeah, Bruce says, I can't wait to get to the next level. Oh, honey, the next level is waiting for all of us. Everybody's at a different level, and everybody's got a different next level waiting for us, and it's so exciting. So we're going to stop here. Marla says, well, in the attraction of love, I don't have lucky. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That is something for us to talk about next time, because I'll tell you what I tell my clients, Marla. If you want to attract the person who is perfect for you, you have to become the person who is perfect for that other person. And as Candace says, the universe can only give us what we're ready for. It's a deep topic, Marla. I'm glad you brought it up, and we will definitely address it. We can talk about it in the group. Feel free to post something about it, and we can get everybody to jump into that discussion, I'm sure. So thank you all so much for being here. This is Janice Masters, the Shaman Mama, from janicemasters.com, and this is a Facebook Live, and I love you all, and thank you so much for being here. As I'm fond of saying, without students there is no teacher, and I am so grateful to you all for being here. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.